and gentlemen, welcome to WETL 91.7 The Mix, South Bend. We're coming at you live from WETL studios here at Riley High School.
WETL 91.7 is a radio station founded in South Bend, Indiana, by educators for educators.
Well, WETL started out in 1958, and it started out in Tippecanoe Place, which is the restaurant now, on the top floor.
It was created with the purpose of providing knowledge in a whole new way.
Students would be given these pamphlets, and so those pamphlets, they could listen to WETL, and they could follow along with some of the programs that were being presented.
And the teachers knew, oh, it's 10:15. They would tune into the radio in their classroom. I would put it on the tape machine and play it into their classrooms. And it was started by a gentleman named Howard Uhrig and another teacher named Jerry Limbert.
Like, what do you do for a living? And he'd say, my job is to go in and I sit down at a blank piece of paper every single day. And I have to translate these textbooks, whether it's math, science, history, other, into at least 15-minute blocks of programming for the kindergarten through 6th grade.
But sadly, WETL's educational programs came to a stop in 1999 when Jerry retired.
No one took that position to do that, so that's when they changed to automation, because they kind of phased out the classroom lessons. The teachers weren't they thought they weren't that interested, but after we stopped playing them into the classroom, I would get requests every week to have these lessons put on cassette so they could play them in the classroom.
Where it went from less original creations of programs and dramas and that type of thing to more of just playing music and just letting people come in and play music. And I think a lot of the creation was lost.
Even though it may seem as if WETL radio has devolved from its educational roots, that is far from the truth. It still remains as an educational platform to teach students valuable life skills.
It kind of teaches you to think on your feet, make sure that you're not only working with your time management, but also just having fun. And they're skill sets I use today.
So when I first started the program, I wasn't really too fond of the radio portion of it, but I am grateful that we had to experience that because I feel like it gave me good communication skills between people and just in general.
It's one thing to theoretically talk about doing a radio show, but to be on the radio is a totally different thing. And being in the hot seat in the live booth or doing voice tracking, doing shows is really, really helpful and the best way to learn.
WETL has had an extensive background as well as many memories surrounding the station.
I grew up with my dad at that office in that radio station, and I remember being there. When I was 7, I was doing on-air promotions for WETL. So even though I never went to South Bend schools, I was kind of like the I don't want to say illegal WETL employee, but I was the off-the-books employee.
I remember one of our biggest people that we've been able to contact was Jay Leno. When Jay Leno talked to us, we had COVID. Kind of took everything over. We reached out to his team and we were like, hey, we want something to kind of rally up the troops here, and we want something just kind of send off the class of 2020 with a big bang. And so he reached out to us. Al Roker reached out to us. Dean Norris. I mean, we're talking like big A-listers. Something that you really never knew that that could happen. But those are some of the people that we were able to just kind of talk to, and it's been a ride. It was quite a ride. I miss it a lot.
I first became aware of the radio station back when I was in college as an IUSB student, and I was doing video editing, and I needed a place to edit, and I got to do some video editing at the South Bend School building, and got to meet Jerry at least there, and he was very intrigued with what I was doing because not a lot of people were using that system in there. They didn't really have a video class at the time, and so I actually got to present the movie I was editing to his radio class to kind of talk about it. And so that was really my first experience with WETL and what they were doing, and it's pretty exciting.
If I was brought up without radio or without the TV production, I don't know what I would have been.
Hopefully, WETL's legacy will live on and we'll get another 65 years out of the station. Happy birthday, WETL!